Hey, hey, hey! How are you guys doing? Oh, a broke honky beat you there, Dustin, just by a fraction. So close. I hope you're all doing well. So close. So close. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. I hope your weekend has been well. Speaking of Dustin, he right there is the man who is now back on the Patron bandwagon. I appreciate it, Dustin. Welcome back. And congratulations on the new job. So, that's awesome to hear, man. I'm glad that things are working out for you. How are you liking the new job? That's what I want to know. How are you liking your new job? You can see my microphone. Look at that. It's because my lighting is not the best, so the shadows are not really getting drowned out by the other light. Let me see if I can fix that. Here. If I bring this in closer, does that get rid of it a little bit? You can still sort of see it, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to put the light back so that we get less glare on the cards and things. Okay. You go for your phase 4. Okay, so you're working security at a casino. That's pretty sweet. And you go for your phase 4 next month, which is armed. Nice. Congratulations, man. That's sweet. I hear casino jobs are very lucrative. Trashfire, how's it going, man? I wasn't sure what Healdton was, but I assumed that it was either just a town that I don't know very well because it's in the States, or it was possibly a typo. But autocorrect, really, right? Is probably what happened, I'm assuming, is autocorrect. How are you guys doing? Happy Sunday. We're going to do this grab bag for Dustin, and then we have a few other things. I found a random pack of Battle Bond laying on the floor of my studio. I guess it fell out of the box when I did the half box, so I'll open that up and see what we've got. And then I have some other stuff. I'm going to open up probably another Jace's spell book and talk about it. And we'll just, we'll shoot the shit and talk about stuff. You gotta go do weekend work. Alright, man. Have a good weekend. Don't work too hard, man. And I hope all is well with you. I hope all is well with you, Trashfire. Well, Dustin, since you're here, and this grab bag's for you, let's get right into it. Alright, Dustin. So, as you're aware, you're not added into the extra Patron grab bag stuff because you weren't at the beginning of the month, but you will be next month. And man, have we got some sweet stuff in there. I'm sure you've seen some of it. Holy moly. And you can see I've managed to fill out my my sections again. The rare section is getting a little bit low. There's a little bit of give, and if I turn, like, I'm using just these as like a placeholder in the back end, but I have them sitting this way instead of this way. They should be sitting this way. And the only reason that I want a buffer is so that it's easier to like move the cards and grab one out. If it was packed tight, it would be really hard to grab the cards out. So that's why I use the card boxes. Dustin is the one who's back, Viking MTG. Man, the One of Everything Wednesdays have been hype for the last month and a half. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. We haven't had as crazy luck as Viking has had. If you haven't checked out his stuff, you should check it out. He's been opening friggin' Masterpiece cards left, right, and center. It's insane. Your first rare, man. Painful Truths. There it is. Let me get rid of this nonsense. How about that? There we go. Look at that. Now you can actually see your card. Isn't that better? Or is it still out of focus? It's out of focus, isn't it? Don't focus on that. Is that better? Okay, there it is. Holy moly, I'm a Rokonki. 7 facilities later. Jeebus. Second rare. Ooh, a Hinterland Harbor from Innistrad. So there you go. Can't complain about that. It's a nice little land. A buddy land, or a check land, as they call them. You started your MTG on BFZ block? Awesome. You want to upgrade to a booster box this month? What do I have? Well, I don't particularly have. So here's the thing: is generally speaking, Viking, what I do is the booster box is generally. Okay, let's finish Dustin's thing and then we'll talk. So, Propeller Pioneer, Nimble Mongoose, and a Weapons Trainer. You're getting an Elvish Lyricist from Urza's, Stonehaven Medic, and a Ingenious Scab. Your foil is a Pyrite Spellbomb from Modern Masters. Very nice. And your common or uncommon worth $1 or more, a Counterspell from Eternal Masters. So there you go. Hope you're playing a little bit of blue. There you go, Dustin. Thank you so much for your patronage. I really appreciate it. There it is. There it is. So I'm going to put these off to the side like so, and that'll go into a bag for you, and it will get mailed out hopefully today. And by that I mean I will take it over to the post office hopefully after the stream and get it processed. And it will hopefully go out to you Monday morning. That's the plan anyway. So let me get rid of this. There it is. Okay, and we can put that over here. Okay, and then we can zoom this back down. There we are. How is that? Nice and set up. No, thank you, Dustin. I appreciate it, man. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to keep doing one of everything. See, that's the thing. The reason I put the one of everything cards into the patron pile to give away is because without your support as patrons, I wouldn't be able to keep going out and buying all of these packs from all of these stores. It's super expensive. I mean, it's super expensive just to buy boxes and stuff, right? But I was doing that myself before I started filming, which is why it's not a big deal. But the one of everything thing is not something I've ever done. So it can get pretty expensive. All right, so Viking, let's talk. Generally speaking, my booster box tier is only for current sets. So current standard sets. So Aether Revolt is in that current standard block at the moment. So yes, I could get Aether Revolt for you if you wish. I am really close to 1K. And don't forget, at 1K, we have a number of things happening at 1K. We have a number of things happening at 1K. We have... I'm going to open up a World Wake boost bundle that I bought a long time ago. I bought it a long time ago, almost a year ago now at this point. I'll be opening up that. It's just sitting on my shelf waiting. We'll be giving away a BFZ pre-release kit. And chances are I'll probably do some smaller giveaways for some relic tokens. So, like, that's at 1,000. There's a lot of stuff happening at 1,000. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so Viking, Aether Revolt is a possibility, but you gotta let me know if that's what you want. Because I'll have to, like, essentially get it. I have to buy it. I don't have it in stock. I don't generally keep stock of current standard booster boxes, because I buy a case and I open them, and I don't buy more than that because I don't have the budget for it yet. If I had a budget to just buy, you know, say 8 to 10 boxes of each set and leave, you know, 4 on a shelf somewhere in my house and just have them there for stock, that would be amazing. I would love to get to that point, but I'm not there. I would love to get to that point, but I am not there. Because then I could start doing things where, you know, after a year of being a patron, I could just give away a random box off my shelf to one of my patrons, right? And like, it would just be a random box, which would be super cool, but I'm not quite there yet. So we'll have to see. Who was it? There's another guy. Who was it? I don't remember who it was. Somebody on Twitter. So if you're not following me on Twitter, you should follow me on Twitter. I definitely post a bunch of crap up to Twitter. I think it was Chuck Wagon that posted it. Let me see. I don't know if it was him or not. Yeah. So Chuck Wagon is now, if you don't know who Chuck Wagon is, he's another MTG YouTuber. And he's doing something quite similar to my Patron grab bags. So he's doing a build a pack. Yeah, Chuck Wagon. That's his name. That's the one. Richie knows who I'm talking about. But he's doing something very similar to my Patron grab bag boxes. And it's like called Build a Pack. And you get a common or uncommon worth $1 at $1 or more. And you get a bunch of other stuff. And then you also get discount codes to his TCG Player store. So like, it's quite similar. And then once he reaches 10 patrons, he's going to start doing patron-only giveaways each month, which is also something I do. So if you like the way mine work, you should definitely check out his, because it sounds like they work very similar. And, you know, right now, I know I've talked about in the past putting in tiers on my Patreon to do more than one grab bag for a certain tier, like essentially make a tier that's multiple grab bags so people can get more each month. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but I will. I just haven't. But if you're looking to get something similar to what mine is, it sounds like his is quite similar. So you should check it out at least and see. Yeah, that's awesome, Viking, and you should, man. That's great. Like if you get to that point where you can stick it all into a box and start handing it out to your patrons and stuff, that's awesome. It's awesome. Like, I mean, they're the ones that let you do that stuff, right? Is the idea, right? Is that once you get to that point where you can have enough patrons that are helping you support that video series, why wouldn't you give the stuff that you open in that series back to them, right? I work a 9-to-5 job, man. I'm not in making videos for YouTube and stuff for profit. It's not a thing. I don't plan to ever make a profit off of YouTube. The patron thing just helps support the channel. That's it. It literally, all the money that comes from Patreon goes right into buying packs for me to open on the channel and give the cards back to the patrons. I think that's only fair, right? I think that's only fair. Anyway, let's open up this pack. A random pack of Battle Bond that I just had sitting on the floor of my studio. Out of Bounds. Blaring Captain, so coming in with the Blaring Recruiter, partnered up. And, hey, it's a Mythic. There was another Mythic in that box. There you go. It's, Grothama, All Devouring. Or however you pronounce his name. Now, he's not a super crazy expensive Mythic, but still a Mythic. Still a Mythic, which is pretty sweet. Now, what are we opening up here? Where did I put those things? Where did I put all that stuff? Where? I move everything around all the time. Oh, they're over here. So far away. I fear for giving you guys like a studio tour one day. I don't know if you can still hear me or not, but I don't know if I ever want to give you a studio tour because my studio is a giant disaster of cards. That's a fun commander. Yeah, I could see that. That seems quite the interesting commander card, that's for sure. All right. So those go there. We're gonna open up one of these bad boys because why not? All we're interested in is finding out what foil we got, really, right? Oh, that's pretty cool. So you work 4 10s. Nice. I know a lot of people that actually prefer that. Getting the 3 days off as opposed to having a 5-day work week. So if you haven't seen these before, this is the Jace's signature spellbook. It has like a little insert here. I don't know if I can pull this out. So you can pull it out, not that that really matters, but I don't know why they made it so that you could pull it out instead of just making it a solid piece of cardboard. Probably just for cheapness of not having to manufacture a piece of cardboard that has like a weird folding thing to make it indent, I guess. Who knows? But it comes with one of each of these cards, so you get 8 cards for sure. And you get 9 cards total, but one is a foil, and it's a foil of any of the cards available in the set, right? So you're getting each of these cards plus a foil copy of one of these cards. Last time we got a foil blue elemental blast. Pretty spicy. I don't know what the most expensive foil is from this set. Well, we'll see. We'll see, right? They've got a lot of good cards in them. I think the foil is on the front. Yeah, foil's on the front. So here's your non-foil cards. This foil's dented. Look at that. Can you see that? This card came out of the pack damaged. I don't know if you can see that in the light. See that dent? You can see that huge dent in the card. Look at it. Disaster. Disaster struck on this day. Are they all like that? Holy moly. This card's damaged too. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that one. Let's see. There's a mad crease in the card right along the edge of the circle, the oval on the back. Let's see. Can you see it there? See it? How it comes down this way? Look at that. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Holy moly, man. That's bad. That's really bad. That is some very bad quality control for sure. Especially since this... So this dent is on the back of this card, right? This card was on the front of this pack. So there's no way that card could have been dented on the back like that while being in the pack. Or while being opened from the pack. See? So, like, that's really upsetting. I can understand why this card has a bit of damage because it's the card that's facing out. Like, it was on the back of the pack. Maybe something creased the pack. You know, like, that can happen sometimes. It shouldn't, but it can. So, you know. And that's this too, which is really infuriating. Because he's always on the back. So that means that the Jace is the one that's damaged. Which is kind of crappy, but, you know. So you've got Jace, Blue Elemental Blast, Brainstorm, Counterspell, Gifts Ungiven, Mystical Tutor, which is very nice, Negate, and Threads of Disloyalty. I think the Mystical Tutor art for this is really cool. I really like it. Are the spellbooks also made in Japan now? As far as I know, yes. As far as I know, yes. So our foil, which is damaged, is a Negate. Okay. Well, at least it's, you know... At least it wasn't like a foil Jace or a foil like Mystical Tutor or a foil Brainstorm that was damaged. I mean, it's really crappy that it's got that huge dent in the back of it. I mean, you'll never see the dent when it's in his sleeve, but that's not the point, right? That's not the point. The point is that if you ever wanted to sell the card off for whatever reason, right? It's damaged now, right? And it came out of the pack damaged, so it's not even damaged because of my, you know, my handling of the cards or anything, which is really crappy. You want the Negate foil so much. It is pretty cool art too, and the foil, it's pretty neat. Like the lines on his face are all foiled, and the little circle spinny thing is foil. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I really am looking to try and get probably the Mystical Tutor in foil, because I think that the art is just amazing. I would love to see it in foil. Brainstorm maybe too. Don't really necessarily... Like, the Gifts Ungiven is kind of cool, the fact that they just made a new art for that. I'll give you $3 for it. Well, I mean, it's damaged. It's damaged, so I mean, like... It's probably only worth $3, right? That's kind of the thing. And if you're going to give me $3 American, then maybe we're talking business, right? Because that's like almost $5 Canadian, right? Damn Canadian currency. I don't know what's going to happen. I doubt anything will happen, but I hope there will be no interference to my Patron Grab Bags making it into the States in the coming months or years. Due to the ridiculous nonsense with the tariffs on Canada trading and all that stuff. I hope nothing happens with stuff going across the border, like there isn't some crazy ridiculous tax or duty that you guys will have to pay to just get the friggin' grab bags that I mail out. I hope that's not the case. I mail everything out with regular mail, like regular letter mail, so it shouldn't, but that doesn't mean that it won't. Just gonna be a disaster. As for selling it, I'm not sure. Hey, you know what? It happens. As most of you know, my One of Everything, or yeah, no, sorry, not my One of Everything, but my Masterful Mondays from last week, we were missing the foil out of our Masters 2015 pack. I mentioned it in one of my upcoming videos because I filmed them yesterday. I actually raised the ticket with Wizards, and I sort of raised it in the fashion of, like, you know, the pack didn't have a foil in it, but this is a pack that's not in print anymore, so I don't know what you guys do about this kind of thing. And they said they would give me a current set pack to replace it. And so I don't know what that means, but if they ship me a Dominaria pack for a missing foil in a Masters 2015 pack, you better believe I'll be raising a ticket with them and being like, hold on, I bought a premium booster pack from you that MSRP's at $9.99. Yes, okay, it's, you know, 3 years later after it was released, so the packs are much more, but that's secondary market, not you guys. So that's MSRP would have been $10. The MSRP of this Dominaria pack is like $3.50, $4, right? So you're telling me that to replace this missing foil, you've replaced my pack, and you've given me a pack that's worth only half the value of what this is worth? That doesn't really make a replacement. It doesn't really, like, you know, thank you for sending me the free pack, I guess, but it was you guys that messed up this pack and it missed a foil. That's not my fault, right? If you're going to replace it, you should be replacing it with something of equal value, most likely. And I don't have no problem shipping you the pack back. Well, that's what I'm wondering. I'm thinking that that they'll send me probably a Masters 25 because it's the most recent Master set and it MSRPs at the same price. Yeah. Yeah, that too, Rich. I agree. I agree, man. It's very bad in that sense. Like, they just kind of, like, they're all about business now, right? Like, they're just like, how do we make money and placate people as best we can, right? Like, let's not give them exactly what they want or fix the problems. Let's just soothe people as much as possible with the minimal amount of payment or work. Which is unfortunate, because that's not really a way to provide any kind of service, right? As a company. So, hey, look at this. I found some random packs we can open. These were my prize packs from Atlanta. When I went down to MomoCon, I played in a couple tournaments. Now, these are my prize packs, but you had to pay tokens to get the packs. And I had a lot more tokens, but I bought a bunch of other things. The tokens also they were letting you use the tokens to buy anything from their store. So I bought a board game, a playmat, a thing of sleeves, a deck box, and then 5 packs. I bought a Dominaria pack as well, but I actually ended up opening it up already. So, I'm not sure if I'll sell it yet. I'll have to see. If I do, I will let you know, for sure. So, what do we want to see open first? What do we want to see open first? We got 4 packs here. What should we start with? You want to get an invocation, so should we save those for last then, or should we open them first? What's the hype train saying, right? Like, so this is the actual order, right? Do we just do this as we always do and start with the newest set first and work our way back? Man, what do we want? We want Hour Last. Okay, Hour Last. Rivals first? Or Rivals? So we start with Rivals. So what do we want? We want Invocation Hazaret and Invocation Scarab God? Is that what we're looking for? Or are we looking for something better? I guess there's Invocation Force of Will. I guess that's a thing that we could find that would be better than those gods, but like, I guess we'll take the gods as the mythic or the rare in the pack, right? Legion Lieutenant. This guy does work in the vampire decks. Forsaken Sanctuary. So, M19. Who is excited? Have you guys heard? Have you heard about what M19 has done? These lands. These lands. Right here. These lands, or I should say like the basic lands, or the double lands that are not like rare, right? And they're not like fetch or anything. They come into play tapped. They're essentially like guild gates. Let's call them essential guild gates or cons lands, whatever you want to call them, right? Something along those lines. They have printed them at common instead of uncommon, okay? And you can get them in your land slot of your booster packs. So when you do sealed and draft, you can actually get fixing in the basic land slot. Isn't that amazing? I think that's a really smart move on their part for limited purposes. Right? Like, why put these lands that nobody really wants in your uncommon slot? Right? When you could just put them randomly sparsed in the land slot. In the basic land slot. Such a good idea. I hope it works out the way that they want it to, because if they continue to do it, that would be amazing. And now I'm speaking because I love playing Limited. I love playing Limited, and I always hate opening a pack where one of my uncommons is a land like this, especially when it's like first pack, and you're like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be playing white-black. Do I really want a Forsaken Sanctuary as first pick, or is there something better, right? Fixing is no joke. You definitely want fixing if you're going to try to play 3 colors in Limited, but, like, it feels bad, man. First picking, like a dual land in Limited. Admiral's Order as our rare, which is nothing super exciting. In fact, this card, in my opinion, is like its raid ability is just garbage. So this is just Counterspell, which is a common card, because it's 3 and it's 3 mana, 1 generic blue, and it counters a target spell. That's all it does. So that's cancel. That's cancel. That's what this is. This is cancel. But if you attacked with a creature this turn, you can pay 1 blue instead. So all it's good for is stopping your opponent from, like, playing a combat trick or removing your creature, maybe. Or maybe, like, doing something at the end of turn on your turn before his turn for 1 blue. Like, it's okay. It's not great. It's not great. It's, like, it's just... It seems mediocre at best. It seems mediocre at best. Ixalan is next. Let's see what we find. Raiders Wake. Dusk Legion Dreadnought. Adanto Vanguard. And Repeating Barrage. This card is bonkers in Limited. This card is very, very good in Limited, mainly because you pay 3 mana, sorcery speed, deal 3 damage to target creature or player, but then when you attack, you can pay 5 and return it to your hand. Holy moly. Also, hello, Tony. I apologize for not saying hi to you when you first said hello. I was caught up in my rant of ridiculousness. Alright, Amonkhet is next as Dustin's request. We'll save hour for last. Do we want to count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No foil. No foil. 6 cents. On-Crop Champion. Cast Out. Very good uncommon. Still about $1 or so. And we got a Neheb the Worthy. No full art land either. Alright, alright. Hour of Dev is next. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man, I swear, man, Masterpiece cards just don't like me. Resolute Survivors. Hashep Oasis. Vizier of the True, I should say. Hey, Godfarer's Gift. There you go. That's the card that everyone's playing, right? Isn't that like every deck is playing this now? Why not, right? The mono red deck that runs Godfarer's Gift is, like, really annoying. I hate it a lot. Hey, how's it going, Karu and Carl? How are you guys doing? I am doing all right. It's Sunday. Got a lot done this weekend so far. Still have a bunch more to do. We welcomed Dustin back to the Patron group. And yeah. So we pulled his grab bag earlier, and now we're just kind of opening up a bunch of random crap that I have sitting around. So I found a random pack of Battle Bond that was sitting. So you guys missed that, but like during my half box where I did a half box and then another half box the second week, I guess a pack fell out of the box somewhere, and it had a mythic in it. So we missed a mythic out of that box. So how about that? And then I found these 4 random packs that I had from Atlanta when I was down in Atlanta. They were my prize packs that I got from running some MTG events over the weekend. MTG events were really hard to fire when I was down in Atlanta. I was at MomoCon, which is an anime convention. I was mainly there to hang out with a few of my buddies who I stream with and play games with online, because they live in and around the area, and they go to the anime convention, and they had an extra ticket, and they were like, why don't you come down and hang out and come with us? And I was like, okay. I like some anime. I'm not, like, super into anime. Like, I think the last anime I watched was One Punch Man. and it was funny, and I really enjoyed it. But like prior to One Punch Man, the last anime I watched was, I want to say, bits and pieces of animes around, but like, you know, I've seen Cowboy Bebop, I've seen most of Bleach, I've seen Trigun, I watched Gungrave. Those are about the only animes I've watched, right? All right, have a great day. I'm a Bro Conky. Enjoy. And so, like, the convention really wasn't, like, catered to me, per se. It had some board games, and it had a few vendors that were selling board games and Magic cards. But other than that, it wasn't crazy. Yeah, so basically, I just kind of played some Magic events. But because it was an anime convention, there was not a lot of people. There was not a lot of people playing Magic. There was a lot of people going to watch anime and participate in the anime things and that kind of stuff. But yeah, so check out Death March to a Parallel World. Is that an anime that I should watch, Carl? Is that what you're saying? Is it good? Like, I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about animes. One that I saw when I was there, it was funny, I actually got talking to a guy that I was playing cards with while I was there. He was talking to me about it because I actually, like, he pulled it out and he was like, this is one of my favorites. And I was like, oh, I saw that on one of the shelves, and I was looking at it and I was pretty interested in it. It's called Food Wars, I want to say. I think it's called Food Wars. And it's like, I guess, about like cooking school or something like that, something along those lines. I'm not sure exactly, but it's something like that, and it looked really interesting. And he actually told me that he was doing his master's or getting his PhD in like English studies, but he was doing his thesis on how Japanese television, specifically anime, can take very like mundane things and make them super, super exciting, right? So like they have animes about tennis and basketball and cooking and things like that, like, which are like, you know, it's exciting, but it's not like, you don't generally base a drama or something around it. Am I going to any GPs? Man, I wanted to go to Vegas. I really did. And I had planned on going there this year. Except that I ended up going to MomoCon instead last minute because of my buddies inviting me. So that's the budget for Vegas kind of went toward going to MomoCon instead. And also MomoCon was a lot cheaper than going to Vegas, that's for sure. Mainly because they let me stay with them in Atlanta and I didn't have to... All right, thanks, Dustin. Have a great day, man. I don't know if we're gonna crack anything else. I don't know if we will. We'll probably just, you know, talk a little bit here and then we'll call it. But no, I probably won't be in Minneapolis or Milwaukee GP. There's a GP in Toronto. Not a GP. There's a Nationals in Toronto this coming weekend. And I've had a couple people ask me if I was going because Toronto's, you know, that's where I work. It's not very far from me. But this weekend is Canada Day weekend. This weekend coming up. And so you guys have July the 4th on the Wednesday. Well, we have Canada Day on the Sunday, where we basically do the same thing that you do, which is set off a whole bunch of fireworks, have a bunch of barbecue food, possibly, and basically hang out outside and make a lot of noise, and celebrate the country. That's basically the same idea, right? Same sort of idea. But that's this weekend, and it's Sunday, and we normally host like a party for our friends and family on Canada Day every year, like me and my wife, and so we'll be getting ready for that, and so there's no way I'm going to be able to make it to the Nationals, unfortunately. I looked at the stuff, and I would love to participate in some of the side events. I know that I won't be participating in any of the main events, that's for sure, but I would definitely have loved to participate in some of the side events. They have some sealed games going on, and they have some limited stuff going on that piqued my interest. They didn't have any chaos drafts, which I thought was kind of strange. I figured they would have had at least some sort of chaos draft at least once over the entire weekend, but they didn't. And that kind of boggled my mind a bit, because I was like, that seems like a thing that a lot of people would love to do, and they just didn't have it. I was like, huh, weird. Well, whatever. All right, Carl. Thank you. I actually have the same thing, Carl. So that's why we got to cut the stream off here shortly, because I also have one of those lists to take care of. A lot of stuff to get ready for next weekend, basically. So anyway, yeah. So I mean, good luck at your GPs, Tony. I hope it goes well. That sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun for you. I wish I could make it out and attend, but I will not be able to make it to those, unfortunately. I am aiming to be in Texas next January for PAX, so I will most likely be there, and I will probably be aiming to go to GP Vegas next year if I can, and those will probably be my two going for Magic things outside of Toronto. So it'll probably be Texas and Vegas, I think. I don't know yet. I'm trying to go to Vegas because I really want to go and check it out, and sort of like, I would love to go there to network with some of the other MTG YouTubers, because it's, you know, it's a lot better to get FaceTime with them than it is to just like ping them on Twitter or ping them on YouTube and be like, hey, you know, I'd love to like pick your brain about stuff and like talk shop, right? But like, I would love to do that in person and just be like, hey, you know, because then you get a face to the name, and now you have a real connection with that person, as opposed to just, you know, yeah, there's some other guy who's trying to make it on YouTube who's, you know, doing box openings. Everybody can do that, no big deal, right? And he's not wrong. They're not wrong, right? Anybody can basically film this and do box openings. It's not difficult per se, but you got to really enjoy it. And that's me. I enjoy opening the packs, which is why I do it, right? So all you can do is do what you love, right? And do what you enjoy. And just make the best of everything you can, right? That's the best way to look at things. So anyway, hopefully that all works out. And I think that's it for the stream for today. We opened up a bunch of random stuff. We hit some pretty cool cards. We showed off that WotC still has damaged products. I don't know if you saw that, Tony, but this is the this is the foil negate we got out of the Jace's spellbook, and it came out of the pack with a huge friggin' dent in the back of it. I don't know. Can I get you to tilt it this way? See that big dent right there? It's right here. It's so bad. Like, it's bad. So I'm still in talks with the guy. I should say it's taken a little bit of a slow turn, Kyru, because the guy that I was talking with, he gave me a call on Friday, and I just haven't had a chance to give him a call back to talk to him about stuff yet. But the startup fee and the monthly fee is quite exuberant. To use Crystal Commerce, and that's what I'll be going with, is Crystal Commerce most likely. And the reason I want to go with them is because they will basically do a lot of the day-to-day management of my products and stuff that I don't have the time to do, which is nice. So that's part of what you're paying for, essentially, right? So it would be nice to do that, but really I gotta call him back and talk to him about it and see what we can work out for the startup fee and the month-to-month plan, because right now it's probably not in the budget, which means I might have to just come back to the original shop, which is unfortunate, but we'll see what happens. Also, Shopify, that's the company I use for the current store. They just changed a whole bunch of their policies, and so they shut off like my ability to accept credit cards. So I can't accept credit card payment anymore. I can only accept PayPal, and so I got to sort that out with them and figure out what the heck's going on. So anyway, there's a whole bunch of things going on, and I got to figure them all out. So hopefully I can get it sorted by the middle of July, I'm hoping, at the latest. I don't know, to be fair. I don't know exactly when it'll all get sorted out, but hopefully by the middle of July. Anyway, I'm going to call the stream there. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And don't forget that, as always, may your pulls ever be better.